Environments are a really important concept because they help us understand the context of the code and who has access to it and who would be the intended audience as well. So let's look at this in practice a little bit more so we can see this in action. What we have here is our Finder on the left-hand side, and then Netlify, which is our production kind of place where we're putting code onto a server so it's accessible through the internet. So on the left-hand side in our Finder, this is all on our machine, and that is where developers are working day in and day out. And we typically refer to this as the local environment because it is local to where the work is being done. It is local to our machines. Now, what we did when we were learning about how the internet works is we took this code and we put it on our server. And that is the distinction between a local environment and a production environment. In local, the only people who can access this are the people on this current machine right now, writing the code, maintaining it, fixing bugs, adding features, all that good stuff that developers do. Once they take that and put it on production, then it's live. Then people can access it through the browser. And so we need to make this distinction in the environment to make sure we're talking about the right context, because we wouldn't want anything on local that's sort of like a work in progress to be accessible in production and you have users interacting with it and experiencing it. There's also a third environment that you'll typically see called staging. And staging or testing or demo or something like that is basically this intermediary environment where you have typically like live testing of the application that is accessible through a browser that people on the team can then use. So as designers, we might interact with a staging environment pretty frequently to kind of spot check the designs and make sure that they were implemented according to our specifications. So we will probably interact a lot with staging environments and use things like test data just to get a feel for, is this as we designed it and as we expected it. So the big three: local, that's where developers are doing their work; staging, that's sort of our test ground where we can start interacting with some more production data; and then we have true production, which is what users are seeing and interacting with when they come to our experience through the web.